Hi, my name is Teixeira, Certified Master Baker. Welcome to CMB Study Hall. We're making croissants today. So here we have the final product. Note a couple of things just from aesthetics we're looking at. Are they all the same size? So they're all the same size. Are they all the same height roughly? This uniform color, there isn't a large variation from, this one's very dark to this one's very light. They're all uniform, so that's constant rotation of the tray if needed. Double panning, we didn't get very dark. We didn't burn the bottom. We got a nice golden brown, nice Maillard reaction going on there. A good sign of a good proof croissant is if it doesn't feel heavy. They should feel light for the size that they are. And again, depending on the desired final weight that you have will determine the pre-weight that you are shaping these. So practicing that portion on what the evaluators are looking for is important to make sure that you know what you start with so that you know what you can finish with. Here we're looking at, can we see the lamination? Yes, so we can see that there are layers that we go throughout. There's, signs of honeycomb throughout the process. Nothing is really smashed and nothing is really, pressed together, which is a sign of handling it properly and using it at the correct temperature in terms of the dough and the butter block. They aren't greasy either, right? So they're not dripping with grease. They have some. Obviously, there's a large portion of fat, but there isn't a large amount of grease piled up at the bottom, which is a sign of over or under proofing. So we're going to cut this open now. So you can hear that flakiness. That's a good sign as well. So here we have a fairly good honeycomb going on here. Again, we did do a little double sheeting, so we didn't get too much darkness going on there on the bottom. You want to have a nice even amount of crust. So like if you go around the entire croissant, one area of the crust isn't darker than the rest or hasn't gone up in. So where this was sitting, the sheet tray is the same thickness in terms of the golden brown that penetrated the croissant as the rest. If I were to critique this, there's maybe a little bit of a shaping issue here in terms of how it was rolled. They had a little bit of a gap going on, but overall the lamination process is fairly good because you do have a decent honeycomb going on. This process here is just in the end, just from shaping, it could have shaped a little bit too tight. And so when the honeycomb was forming in the oven from baking, it didn't have enough room or was given too much resistance from the actual product for it to give itself a nice honeycomb. Another thing pointing out is they have a crescent shape. They have, if you're going to have a crescent shape, they all need to have a crescent shape. Hence the croissant, the shape of the form. So making sure they don't look, oblong and stocky. They need to be, they need to have a differentiation of a fat area to a thin area. So that's another thing that we're looking at when we do croissants as well. So another thing to point out is that a butter croissant is a straight croissant, where a margarine croissant is a curved croissant. So these are butter croissants, which makes them straight.